right, sweet. Let's get to it. I'm going to share my screen with our weekly format. For contributors going forward, we'll just edit this one every week. I've also pinned it to the team chat channel. And that way I don't have to send a new link every week. Can someone let me know if they can see the slideshow?
Can see it.
Awesome. Then we'll go through, just a reminder, 60 seconds per slide. Don't just read your slide. Tell us what great stuff is happening and tell us what you need. And let's get into it. My computer doesn't want to get into it. There we go. Quick reminder on Season 3 goals, getting our X-Metric way out there, transitioning a bunch of bounties, and continuing to grow activated analyst community. And we'll move right on to KPIs.
Yeah, as you can see here, we're 82% of the goal for X-Metric. Hoping to get a little bit closer, but does look like we're going to come short there. So want to talk to the team about that. When it comes to challenges, we've already ran 41 for the month. Goal is 69, and on pace for 70. So we're definitely going to hit target there. And then with spend, we've already paid out roughly 45,000. Goal was roughly 176,000, and our forecast there is 160,000. So spend is on track, which is a great sign. Any questions about all this?
No questions. Amazing to see the progress over the past couple months. Anything on analytics?
Yes. So we received 110. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we have 110 weekly active analysts, and 9 of them are brand new analysts that joined last week. This week we're launching 20 challenges, approximately 20. So this slide is pretty simple, so we can move on to peer review, please. So for peer review, I think the biggest accomplishment from last week was the time to review that was cut by approximately 50%. I haven't checked those stats very closely, but we're getting faster turnaround time for our peer review process. Other accomplishments from last week, we've standardized our payout models as well as our scoring requirement. So just having standard templates for these things will make the whole process faster, including payment processing, we hope. And a slight change in our peer review process. It's now mandatory for reviewers to put in a comment for each submission that they evaluate. So our analysts will have more information about why their submission scored a certain number of points. They'll have a comment. We received 224 submissions last week, which is very good. And this week, we're handling a case of plagiarism. Pretty sure it's a confirmed case of plagiarism. So we're looking at flagging the submissions and slashing some X-Metric on that one as well. Now, concerns or blockers. So sometimes we receive some challenges that are a little bit unusual. For example, we had one for near social where we asked analysts to create a widget. So it was more along the lines of software development. So for these types of unusual bounties, sometimes our reviewers need guidance on how to assign a score to the submissions when the challenge falls outside of our regular evaluation criteria. So it's just something to keep in mind when we see one of these unusual analytics challenge. We have to think about, okay, how will we review this? What guidance can we give reviewers for scoring these challenges? And lastly, in terms of concerns, problematic submissions are not always flagged appropriately. So sometimes when there's a duplicate submission, reviewers don't always know what to do, so they might not flag it. They might not use the appropriate flags, and we have to come in and investigate the situation. So it's a little bit of education on our end, just to instruct the reviewers on how to use flags properly. So that's it for peer review. Feel free to ask any questions. Otherwise, I'll pass the mic to DJ.
I have a couple of review things to touch on under community as well, but really want to call out, we've caught up on payments. So still some issues around people who are unhappy with the reviews, edge cases like plagiarism, but we are all the way up to things that have launched 2 weeks ago are being paid. So we'll do our best to communicate that to the community, but I'm super proud of the Bounty Bunch in particular, and also Treasury for making that happen. Big props. Bounty Ops, I want to keep us moving so we stay on time, but really quickly, anything additional on Bounty Ops?
I just think our ability to track flash challenges from last week is a great thing, as well as we streamlined our process and we'll continue to streamline it. So now we're able to ship bounties Monday through Friday versus only shipping on like Wednesdays and Fridays. So can ship every day now. And can ship multiple different styles of challenges.
Yeah, those are both small things that are going to have big impacts, including once the app is fully live. Those will still be valuable. Well done. Keep rolling. Protocol dev.
Hey everyone. So we are pushing hard to start the next phase of the beta next Tuesday is our current target date. And as a part of that, like last week, we wrapped up some very heavy lifting that's going to have a huge impact on user experience. It introduced some regressions that the team is swarming on fixing. And so we are in bug bashing mode and closing out like the My Activity page for the MVP next week. The team is crushing it.
Love to hear it. We'll make sure that next week's community call, we get to spotlight some of this work and continue talking about it. Amazing to see the progress.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll pass that on.
Awesome. Hey, everyone. So on the BizDev update, big accomplishment last week, met with Reem at the Graph. Better insights on what they're focused on, which is now playgrounds, subgrounds, still some education, but the focus is going to be, more on running analytical challenges around subgrounds and playground. This week, big priority, Dave and I are meeting with Tachi from Playground to help shape the updated proposal to send out to Reem this week. And then the concerns or blockers, I myself, not super technical with the understanding of, subgrounds and subgraphs. So as we're shaping this, proposal version 4, if somebody is super technical, would love a set of eyes on it just to get some added input.
Cool. Let's throw that up in team chat. Ed, as one of the most technical people I know, do you have any insights on who the right person is to connect James with? We can also, let me not go down that rabbit hole. Any suggestions?
Not off the top of my head, but
Okay.
James, we can sync up and dig deeper into that, and I can find out how to push you in the right direction.
Perfect. Thanks, man.
For my part, I'll tap my network and see if there's anybody who, like from Playground, who might be able to help as well. We'll keep rolling. DAO Ops.
Hey everyone. Biggest thing for last week is that we got some more people into the Gov team helping out because we're trying to make some big changes. And one of those changes is that we're thinking about amending the bylaws to be a little less restrictive on what we can do. And then we can start implementing different systems in the DAO and stuff like that. And so we'll start taking a look at that this week. But yeah, that's it.
Awesome. And Bills.
Yeah, last week paid out some bounties. This week still main priority to pay out more bounties. So as those get executed, I'll be updating the payment schedule with transaction links. Other big note from last week, we consolidated all of our USDC from the Curation wallet to our MetricsDAO.eth wallet, just so if we needed to react to the market, we could diversify out. But I think we're smooth sailing there, so no panic. And all of our funds are in one wallet. So that's it from Treasury.
Awesome. Appreciate the forward-looking bills. I'm sure everybody had as much fun as I did this weekend with USDC and the various things you could do with it.
Yeah, just mega doom scrolling all weekend, but I think we're out of the woods.
Awesome. We'll skip past curation for now and go right to education.
Hello, everyone. So both last week and this week, as always, we're focusing on the 2 webinars that we are running on a weekly basis, as well as launching the Solana course this week, which is exciting. And also, we spent some time this morning focusing on the Chill One program, since we have just finished the program there. And it was our first program. There are a lot of changes to be made. And with the help of some of the TAs, we have actually come to many conclusions of what needs to be changed. And over the next couple of weeks, we'll be focusing on implementing many of those changes for the upcoming cohort. Also, continuing with the 101 cohort, and this week as well, on Wednesday, 10 a.m. EST, we'll be running a community persona workshop to better understand the journey of our community members and how it can be improved. So far, we have about 15 people confirmed that are going to be taking part in that workshop. So looking forward to hearing those insights coming from it.
Amazing from the community pod side. We're also super excited in these. Would love to run more of them once we get some of the inputs. So for anybody who's here but not a contributor but just listening in, if you want to come talk about your experience with MDAO, we would love to run more of these. We would love to hear from you. DM me if jumping on with a small group of other analysts and students and curators, etc., would be of interest to you, and I'll put you on the list for the next one. Also excited for Solana. Everybody, I've promised Vita some write-up on Solana from some of our top Solana people over at Flipside by tomorrow morning. So you can all throw stones at me if I'm late, even a little bit. Growth team, I think I'll just take this slide out. It's more or less covered by James every week. So I'll remove that from the template going forward. And it looks like Helix didn't get to partnerships. So we'll skip past that for this week as well. Which means all around things out with community. Marina returned and immediately got sick, which is very sad. Please wish her healthy recovery as soon as possible. I will say we started rolling out some information about the app. As we get closer and closer to launch, we'll continue to share as much info as we can. And then just communicating all the stuff that's going on. Cutting down on payment times, the opportunity for a re-review, spending golden tickets to get a second pair of eyes on your dashboard, and then season 4 and all the cool stuff that will bring. So we're going to do all that. And then as a community pod, we'll have a big picture sync. And hopefully education and bounty ops, you guys will get to do this as well before the end of season 3, just to talk about what season 4 is going to look like. So I'm going to set that up for this week. We'll jam a little bit on strategy, how community pod can support some of the other pods with all the cool stuff that we're doing. Only concerns, season 4 is coming really soon. So there will be a proposal up early next week that people can give feedback on, and then we can vote on some information about budget to try to be transparent about how we're spending and what we're driving, and then some work to continue to do in cooperation with bounty ops. A lot of reviewers are still, missing things, not getting the message about super long charts, super long dashboards. So we'll just continue to pound the pavement, maybe run another senior reviewer trainer session, establish new reviewer networks. But since we've more or less conquered the payment speed issue. The next thing is review quality, and we'll continue to just drive that home. We know analysts really care about it. We'll continue to do our best, and we'll keep getting better. That's it. Anybody have anything else before we wrap?
Just a quick question. I actually wrote it in the chat. Is the community call happening tomorrow?
Yes, it is. We are still trying to figure out dates that don't exclude our Asia Pacific audience, but tomorrow happening as scheduled. Is there not an event up for it?
No.
Got it.
I don't
I
see
wonder if normally that's on Marina, but I wonder if she only did up to a certain point. So I will get an event and an announcement up for that to let people know that it's coming.
All right. I actually did update the partnership slide, though admittedly very, very late. Maybe a refresh can work, or maybe I could just do it from my screen.
Sure. Go ahead and share screen. I'll quit sharing and we can walk through that really quick.
Okay. Let me see. I can't find the proper screen. Oh wait, screens. Okay, I'll do it like this. Sharing, right? Yeah.
Yep, I see it.
All right, yeah. So quick update and everything. Obviously we did the outreach on webinars as usual. This time was on Optimism 101 and the DAOs 101. I think that the one for DAOs got a pretty big hit, given everything that was happening this weekend. Unfortunately, we did have a call last week with the people from Treehouse. They have a pretty big following. They're very excited about collaborating on content. So I let them know that once we have like a solid marketeer back on our team, we're gonna get back in touch with them. Huge success for the Flipside Twitter Spaces with Women in Web3. Vida went on there, Marina went on there. We were really proud, obviously. This week we're doing another one with them, and Vida's actually hosting this time, so pretty excited about that. She mentioned she wanted to host a panel before or last week, and it just so happened that we're doing another one again. So great opportunity. Also, again, doing webinars outreach as usual. Going to plan more calls with data providers. Reached out to Daplooker, Zeta Blogs, and talking to other data providers as well to set up calls for this week. Yeah, as usual, working on podcasts to get more of them, and we're starting scheduling recordings with them. So that's it.
All right. Thank you, Helix. Same question. Anybody else have questions before we wrap? All right, everybody. Thank you all for coming as usual. I will see you on the community call tomorrow. And we will continue to march toward app launch in the end of season 3 and the launch of season 4.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Thanks, y'all. Bye.